Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for clicking on. This is going to be a real fast episode of Eyes Open. Some things you need to think about. Raw story reporter stalked by Nazis exposes plot by nationwide Nazi youth network. This comes to us from Raw Story. That's the name of the site. And the reporter in question is Jordan Green. Jordan Green, an investigative journalist, and is the author of this story. We quote, I've got big story for you about a national network of neo-Nazi teenagers engaged in a multi-state campaign to terrorize Jews, Black people, and LGBTQ plus folks. Now, this isn't all that is said. If we go back to this raw story that Jordan Green has produced, we will see that it also mentions Jews, African Americans, LGBTQ plus people, and leftists. So whatever's deemed as leftists. And this story, organization known as 2019 inspires to even greater acts of terror. Raw Story reports in a 6,500 word investigative article titled Inside the Neo-Nazi Hate Network Grooming Children for a Race War. Now, this 4-month investigation, accompanied by first-person account by Jordan Green, of how neo-Nazis and other extremists have attempted to stop him from pursuing and publishing information about 2119. If you know anything about numbers, 2119 is supposedly the number of an angelic number. Green unearths shocking essential truths about dangerous extremists at significant and personal risk. His reporting today underscores the power and peril of independent investigative journalism at a time when press freedoms are under constant attack and fascist ideologies creep into the mainstream. The guy has had death threats, online doxing, people visiting his house dressed in skull masks and holding burning flares. So what was going on was indeed the real deal. 2119. We'll talk more about this coming up Friday night with Chris. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on for an extended live. You'll have a chance to join us, and I hope you will. Now, the WHO, World Health Organization, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, the elitists that are going to exterminate 87% of the world if we are not, and those are their words, not mine, if we are not more aware of what's going on. Quote, permanent climate lockdowns are coming whether you like it or not. That comes from Klaus Schwab's daughter, Natalie. When the World Economic Forum speaks of permanent climate lockdowns, they mean it. WHO treaty specifically states that climate can be used as a potential health crisis. Now, here's the WHO, the WHO on the pandemic treaty, and undergoing a soft coup under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda.
We're undergoing a soft coup, and the idea is to create a whole new set of laws and ignore the existing human rights laws and other laws under the pretext of pandemic preparedness and the biosecurity agenda. The WHO is developing through all its nations, but with the WHO directorate in the United States in charge, a pandemic treaty and amendments to the existing international health regulations that will remove the human rights protections currently embedded in the IHRs, will enforce surveillance, censorship, get rid of freedom of speech, require governments to censor and only push a single narrative.
We do this so we give you things to think about. And I think that's something we ought to all be thinking about. One final thing here, February 2024, new bill has been introduced. It's called the Courage to Serve Act. This will allow migrants to serve in the United States military and get citizenship with benefits. If you are a fan of the show, thank you very much, first of all. But you know that Chris and I talked about this, and I said that all these military age people are either coming in to be part of our army or an army against us. Um, we'll be talking about that coming up again Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you will join us. Thanks for clicking on to this real quick live. And it's a dark world, and I always say be a light. And that's because there's this thing called karma. And if you're a dark person, karma's eventually going to bring you dark things. And if you're a light, karma's going to bring more light into your life. So it's a dark world. Be a light. I love y'all like chocolate chip cookies. Thanks for clicking on. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the share. If you want to email, it's AmericanDoofus, AmericanDufus @gmail.com. You want to help support the show, you can do so with the $ and American Doofus, once again, all one word, and that would be through Cash App. So thanks for clicking on. We'll see you Friday night at 9 p.m., if not before.